watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Monday, January 20th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo, and here is what's happening. Engaged voters across the country experience today's Inauguration Day ceremonies as the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States, along with Vice President J.D. Vance. Our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers now joins us from the heart of the city with details from today's unparalleled presidential events.
The nation's capital has been in full force since our 45th and 47th U.S. President Donald J. Trump returned to D.C. in official capacity, with the commander-in-chief stating, quote, "A lot of people said it was an impossible journey, but here we are." Let's check out some top Trump highlights from recent events taking place in the District of Columbia.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
President Trump's second inaugural address focused on the golden age of America beginning today.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
The official White House website now reads, "America is back."
This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay. And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies.
DJT believes divine intervention led to his victory on this year's Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you see today, here I am. The American people have spoken. I stand before you now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best.
Proudly shooting it from Trump and getting it over that big, beautiful sandy hump to all my people in the desert oasis of Pahrump, I'm Maria Centers for News 25 Las Vegas.
Thank you very much, Maria, and we look forward to your forthcoming reports. A 3-vehicle crash occurred earlier today on Highway 160, sending 2 people to the hospital and closing down the highway in front of Sonic. News 25 has the details.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
Just before 3 p.m. today, a 3-vehicle accident occurred on Highway 160 near Yellowhand Court, which led to a significant traffic disruption and sent 2 people to the hospital. According to Nevada Highway Patrol, the incident began when a gray Ford Focus attempted to make a left-hand turn from Yellowhand Court onto Highway 160. The sedan entered the path of a southbound Ford Maverick truck, resulting in a collision. The impact redirected the truck into oncoming traffic, where it struck a Ford Mustang that was traveling northbound on Highway 160. Emergency responders arrived promptly at the scene. 2 individuals were transported to Desert View Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Both northbound lanes of Highway 160 are currently closed during the investigation and cleanup. Drivers are advised to use alternative routes and avoid the area.
More news now. A Las Vegas man is now in custody after shooting and killing his girlfriend, moments later causing an accident.
Las Vegas Metro is currently investigating a shooting that occurred early Sunday morning, January 19th, near Bonanza Road and Sand Hill Road. At approximately 8:13 a.m., Las Vegas Metro Communications received a call reporting the incident. The caller had informed dispatch that their friend had shot his girlfriend.
That caller provided details to dispatch with the description of the car and a possible area where this individual might be located. Officers from Southeast Area Command quickly responded to that area and located that vehicle. Upon locating the vehicle, they attempted a vehicle stop on that vehicle, and that vehicle fled from officers. Moments after fleeing from officers, that suspect vehicle, crashed in the intersection of Charleston Boulevard and Pecos Road. As those officers approached the vehicle, they took the suspect into custody and observed a female deceased in the front seat from an apparent gunshot wound. LVMPD homicide detectives are on scene, and we're currently investigating this crime. We encourage anybody with any information to please reach out to LVMPD homicide, or if you wish to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers of Nevada. We're looking for any information on the suspect, where this crime occurred at, where the shooting occurred at. Any information would be grateful.
Machado Vasquez was transported to a nearby hospital for injuries that he sustained during the crash. He was arrested for open murder with a deadly weapon and booked into the Clark County Detention Center. The identification of the victim, as well as the cause and manner of death, will be obtained through the Clark County Coroner's Office. This is currently an ongoing investigation being led by the Las Vegas Metro Homicide Section.
Coming up, the now former President Joe Biden gave his final farewell today. More coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Former President Joe Biden gave his final farewell today after President Trump's inauguration, talking about how being the United States' 46th president has been his greatest honor.
We've always done our best as Americans. We never, never, never give up. Never. We're leaving office. We're not leaving the fight. You're smart. You're skilled and you're passionate. The country needs you again. So all you can, stay engaged in all the ways you can. Whether it's in public service, in the private sector, philanthropy, academia, running for office yourself, or anything else you choose to do. I give you my word, we believe in you. We, Jill and I, our family, believe in you. Just as I've said, of the laws we enact that our seeds are going to grow, bloom for decades to come. I say that to you as well. I have no doubt you'll make this experience and take the friendships you made to continue to do amazing things for decades to come. That's why I see a future. All of them leading the way by you all. You know, so take some time to decompress, reconnect with your friends, spend more time with your family, but most of all, take care of yourselves and each other. I mean it. Let me close where I began. My sincere gratitude. And I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. I've been doing this for 50 years. It's been the honor of my life to serve you president. And I tell you what, greater honor is being able to serve with all of you. You're incredible. You really are. You really are. Mark my words. History's going to judge what you've done as one of the most significant contributions that's been made by all of America. Look, folks, you know, let me close that poem. You heard me quote before. Seamus Heaney wrote, "Once in a lifetime, the longed-for tidal wave of justice will rise up and open mystery rhyme. You made it rhyme louder than it's rhymed in a long time." I really mean it. We're on the cusp of real change, so let's make open history rhyme. I love you all. I've keeping you too long, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Loud enough, heart. Thank you. Thank you.
And here's a story we've been following closely. The Las Vegas pilot who went missing here in Nye County earlier this month has been located, though recovery efforts are currently difficult, and News 25 has this story.
Authorities say they have located the plane of the missing Las Vegas pilot, but the efforts to reach the crash site are currently delayed due to challenging terrain. Nye County Sheriff Joe McGill has confirmed that the wreckage was found near Mount Jefferson, roughly 240 miles north of Pahrump and about 70 miles from Tonopah. However, McGill has stated that due to the rugged landscape and the lack of accessible trails, it will take several weeks, possibly until spring, before a helicopter can safely reach the area. The search for pilot Michael Martin has been ongoing since his disappearance on January 2nd from a routine flight from Las Vegas to Nye County. Authorities believe that Martin may still be in the aircraft, but they are unable to confirm this without reaching the site. Fire Chief Scott Lewis also said that crews are actively working to assess the situation and strategize a safe approach for the site. Meanwhile, Martin's family is continuing to seek public assistance as they are holding out hope for his safe recovery. News 25 will update the public when more information becomes available.
And after facing months of potential bans, legal battles, and intense scrutiny over data privacy concerns, the popular app TikTok has returned in full force. Millions of users are celebrating, but questions still remain. What did TikTok do to avoid the ban? And how will the latest updates impact users and lawmakers moving forward? Tomorrow night, News 25 will have a complete in-depth look into one of the most talked about stories in tech and social media today, from the ban's changes to the latest regulatory changes. And what comes up next for the app? Join us tomorrow evening for News 25. All the details right here now. All right, in sports, it's a special MLK Day matinee for the Vegas Golden Knights. Get an updated score for you. They're in action now, but here's Mikey with your sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Vegas Golden Knights had a rough weekend in Carolina. They lost to the Hurricanes 3-2 on Friday. On Sunday, they were in Chicago taking on the Blackhawks. They lost again 5-3. That's a 3-game losing streak because they lost to Nashville last week. So those games were probably rigged. They're in action right now against St. Louis. The UNLV Lady Rebels came away with their 7th straight win over a Mountain West opponent after forcing overtime, defeating Wyoming 72-71 on Sunday afternoon at Cox Pavilion. The Scarlet and Gray have now won their last 6 meetings over the Cowgirls, including 2 overtime victories. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the hunt for a new head coach, and while there are many candidates, one name seems to have emerged as the favorite: Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. And Pahrump Valley Trojan boys and girls basketball are at home tomorrow evening against Coral Academy. Go Trojans! And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you very much, Mikey. More local stories coming up and your weather. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. A local robotics group called Awkward Silence held a silent auction over the weekend, and News 25 was there.
So we work with the First Inspires Robotics competition package as part of what we do with our team, Awkward Silence. We are a 4-H team, which is a community team, and we just build robots. It's high school aged kids. We build robots. They get a box full of metal parts. They have to design, program, and build the robot from scratch. Every year it's a different game, a different challenge, so they have to build a whole new robot each time. So there is actually 2 First Tech Challenge teams here in Pahrump specifically. We are part of the 4-H. So 4-H is a youth development program that's not affiliated with any of the schools per se. And so you can come to the Annex building at 1651 East Calvada Boulevard. That is where we have our meetings. And then the high school also has their own team at Pahrump Valley High School. Our email address is parumpftc@gmail.com. That is the team's email, and you can reach out at any point for that. And we also have a group page on Facebook that is Awkward Silence First Tech Challenge, and that is our group page on Facebook as well.
I've been doing this for, technically, this is my 3rd year, but I've been around in the group since the team became a thing, because basically my entire family's been doing it since it started. So I've kind of just been around helping.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
A Lerner and Rowe weather cam on the other side of Mount Charleston. There's a raven just kind of hanging around there, and yesterday was driving around thinking that an early spring was coming with my windows down. Today we have 50-mile-per-hour winds. Forecast is up in a bit.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Kaylee Bentler in the News 25 Weather Studios. Let's check out our regional weather. Up in Fernley, we saw 39, 40 in Fallon, 38 Carson City, 37 Tonopah, 39 Goldfield, 49 Beatty, 53 Amargosa, 50 Las Vegas, and 68 in Death Valley. But over in our paradise of Pahrump, currently seeing clear skies at 46 degrees. We hit a high of 53 earlier, winds north-northeast 17 miles per hour, humidity 13%, and the sun rose at 6:52. But we watched it go away just a little bit earlier at 4:58 p.m. Expect humidity at 32%, winds east-northeast 9 miles per hour with a low of 22, and the skies are staying clear. Let's check out the rest of our week. Tomorrow we are seeing clear skies at 53 degrees, and we get a little bump in the temperature Wednesday through Friday, seeing mid-60s and lower 60s, and then we got some wind coming back in, 18 miles per hour on Saturday with scattered clouds. And then those temperatures really take a dip at 48 degrees on Sunday. And we land on 52 degrees and clear skies on Monday. And that is your look at the weather. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Kaylee. So Wednesday looks like the day to get out there. 65 warm degrees. And we promised you an update on that Vegas Golden Knights score. They're in action currently. They're in the 3rd period, and the St. Louis Blues are winning 4-2. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight at News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.